Hey guys, MoiDawg here, and today we've got a brand new update for Squad, V3.4. This was originally announced by OWI a few weeks ago after the devs stated that October would be a patchless month, making this actually one of the longest periods without a patch to the game since the start of 2022. With 3.4 focusing on quote-unquote small bug fixes, improvements, and optimizations to the game, it was a pleasant surprise to also get a brand new map as well, Harju, the first finished map to officially be added to the game. So this isn't the biggest of Squad updates, but I'll still go over all the important stuff so you know what's new when you boot up the game. First off, if you haven't updated the game yet, I'll just say this now. I don't know what's going on with the way that Steam packages and unpackages Squad, but once again, the quickest way that I could update my game was to actually uninstall Squad and just reinstall it via the Steam downloader. I unsubscribed from all my mods, uninstalled Squad, reinstalled it, and that took about 15 or 20 minutes compared to the hour and a half to 2 hours that I've seen people try to update via the Steam updater. I don't know what's going on, but once again, the Squad update is simply just too slow. So save yourself some time, uninstall the game, reinstall. I also had my settings saved, so fortunately no graphics, keybinds, all that type of stuff was also good to go. So first off, one of the best quality of life changes to the UI has been added in this update, and that is that the chat actually disappears from your screen and fades away once no new messages have been sent. This was one of my biggest pet peeves in Squad, since if you didn't click disable chat in your interface, you'd have this log of disconnects and player messages, players reconnecting. It would all stay on the top left of your screen until you actually disconnected from the game. This is a very minor change, but I think this will help players who like to use text chat to inform their team of things in game, since now your eye will be drawn to the top left whenever a new message pops up. Every other game that has text chat has this, so it's just great to finally see it in Squad. There's also been a pretty big balance change to the Grenadier class, and all 40mm HE grenades have actually had their ammo cost reduced from 10 ammo points to 7. This is a 30% reduction in ammo cost, and it's a pretty big change since the cost is no longer tied to the regular thrown grenades, which are still 10 ammo. This is a great change in my opinion, and I think it should help GL stay in the fight a little bit longer. Now, there is a huge list of bug fixes coming in V3.4, and I personally don't want to cover all of them since many are extreme edge cases that most of y'all have probably never experienced, but the big ones that stand out to me are fixing the vehicle flip and push options for the Minsk motorcycles when they got stuck, fixing an issue that caused players to crash when the map ended, correcting the Marine Corps Abrams turret armor values, and also fixing an issue where players could not detonate an IED if they had previously placed an ammo bag on the map. Like I said, there's a lot more, so if you are curious, I've included the link to the full patch notes in the description below. Oh, and one other change that I guess isn't necessarily a bug fix, but it's still classified as one, is that Scorpo Invasion V3 has officially had its close air support helicopter removed. Pour one out for the minigun and the Hydra rockets, because if you didn't get a chance to play with the CAS helicopter, you're going to have to wait until it officially is added to Squad now. This thing was mistakenly included in the game last update, and the devs just simply owned up to it and said, yeah, well, we didn't mean to do it, but have fun with it and let us know your thoughts. So I actually love the fact that they just did that, but it's obvious that it was fairly unbalanced, and without the proper counters like man pads, I'm not surprised to see it gone. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long until we get a proper CAS helicopter in game, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now, the biggest addition to the game in V3.4 is Harju. This is the first map to showcase Finland, and although it is a fictional place, I think for the most part the terrain looks pretty accurate for how coastal Finland should be, which is impressive since this was first a modded map made back in 2019 before the then modder Wunda was actually hired by OWI. It's gotten a lot of optimizations and changes since then, and the objectives and POIs are amazing. The map looks and feels a lot like if you were to merge the forested areas of Gorodok with the urban areas of Narva. And it makes for a very interesting game that can have drastically different types of combat depending on what objective you're currently fighting on. There are large port and industrial areas, smaller villages and cabins, central Harju with plenty of apartments and city buildings, as well as even an enormous military airstrip way up north. This map truly has everything, and it looks to be one of the best additions to Squad in recent memory, even though I might be a little biased since, if you didn't know, I'm heritagely Finnish. I'm Finnish American, and moi in MoiDawg actually means hello in Finnish, so a lot of you guys in the comments or on stream have mentioned that. Mä tiedän, mun perhe oli Suomesta. Now, seeing Finland in game is actually super cool, but one thing that I do kind of wish was added is just a little bit of localization. Something like Harju flowers instead of Harju kukka just kind of pulls me out of the immersion a little bit. I don't want to say lazy. It's definitely not lazy. Just having the localization would have been, I think, a lot cooler. But seeing the Finnish flags everywhere, and also a little shout out to Wanda at Wandamart, is just awesome. So overall, although I wish there was a little bit more Finnish in it, I absolutely love Harju. Now, optimization does seem to be very hit or miss, with some players reporting a lot of frame drops depending on where you look. For example, this post on Reddit says if you look west, you get a lot of frame drops. I also noticed that on RAS V1, one of the capture points was unable to be well captured, so that one can't be played yet. In saying that, personally, I haven't had too many issues with the map myself, but you will probably notice a lot of the assets popping in and out depending on the distance in order to help performance. If you would like to see a real match and how Harju plays out, I did record an Eye in the Sky game, which I'll link in the top right here as well. Now, my one big complaint about the map, however, is although the terrain looks very Finnish, the buildings don't. It looks very Slavic, and obviously a lot of assets are pulled from Narva, but this is a very minor thing, and it would be great to see a little bit of diversity since Skorpo, which is based in Norway, for example, looks much less Russian. Still, it's a great map. Add in a little bit of Finnish, please, and with the amphibious vehicles, I can't wait to put in a ton of hours in Harju. But that's about it. Once again, I've included the full list of changes in the link down below, but what do you guys think about V3.4? Are the optimizations and bug fixes enough? Thoughts on the Grenadier changes? And have you had a chance to play Harju yet? Let me know in the comments below, and if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. But that's it for me. Until next time, peace.